Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll guide you through building the essential components of Laravel Backend. We will cover creating a controller, setting up model, and defining migration for your database structure. Additionally, I'll explain how to use Laravel request for validating input data. By end of this video, you'll have a strong foundation for any Laravel project. Let's dive in.
Okay, so let us run our first command to create the essentials. That is PHP edit and make model and the model name. And after that, you'll be adding one more parameter that is -mcr, which basically will allow you to create a migration controller and one model. So as you can see, these three classes are created: model, controller, and a migration file. And the controller have predefined functions which you can use further, like we will be using further to create the CRUD operation. So now let us jump to creating migrations. So I'll add two more columns here, named as name and description. So name would be a varchar type, so I'm taking string, and description would be a text which can have the null values. So I'll adding in one more call to the function that is nullable, and now I'm running the migration. So it ran, and now let us create the other essentials like services, request, and resources. So I usually create services to interact with the models, but you can directly add the queries and everything on controller. But I believe creating services, it make your code more cleaner. And task resource. Okay, now that is done. Now let us create a request, task request. So basically it will have the validation rules. So I'll be setting the authorized to true, and my columns were name and description. For them I'll be setting the validations. So for name it would be required, and it has to be string, and max 255, or max 255 is not required. And description would be it is not required, so it is string, and it could be nullable. Okay, that is done. Let us remove these functions, but yeah, we'll be using these functions in upcoming tutorials, but for now I'm removing them. um, so I'll be creating a constructor here, which will basically call my service class. So I'm creating a variable named as task service, and creating a constructor in which I'll assign a task service instance to task service variable. So basically I'm creating the object of that class. $this task service, and new task service. Just for reference, I'm writing some of the functions which I'll be creating uh, uh, in future when I'll be creating the CRUD operations. I mean, you'll be able to see that in my next tutorial. In this tutorial I'll be covering the Laravel part only. And as in index, I'll need a function which will basically show all the values. Create will have something like create, and store will have create would be to show the create screen, but for now I'm removing that. Store and create, either we can use the same function like create or update, or you can use separate function also, but I believe if single function can do both the work, then let us use the single function only. These are just naming, I mean, I'm just writing the names. I'll develop these functions afterward. Okay, I'll copy these functions for now. Show, create or update, and delete. I'm selecting multiple. Delete, create, and show. Command D and Command C. And here I'll be creating these functions. So I'll use the multi-selectors and public function space. Yeah. So this is how I basically proceed whenever I start creating any project. So I'll just create the base like this, and then on the basis of this, I create the whole project and have delivered successful project for my clients as well by using the same infra. So these are the functions which I have created. Inside these I'll write all the logic and everything, which I'll also, these services function will be used for interacting with the models. So this one is done. Index will not have any parameter because it will basically fetch all the list, everything. And this will have the task and the dollar request. And for create or update, I'm adding one more parameter. So if the task is null, then it means we have to create. If I'm sending something in the post, then it means I have to update. So hope you have understood till here. You can pause and re-watch this again if you have not understood anything, and let us meet on in the next video.
I hope you enjoyed my video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more content.